what's some advice or a tip that you could give to other actors?
First of all, I love acting. I love actors, but I love acting myself.
Yeah.
And I would have been very happy to be an actor, and I'm actually pretty good at it. And
yes, so, I remember you said that on the panel, and I was like, I remember
and
this.
The thing is that I have a real affinity with actors, and I feel that, I mean, my working theory as a director is that I'm mission control in Houston, and they're the astronaut out in space. They're the ones risking their lives, you know, and my job is to get them up there and get them home safe, but they're the ones taking the risk. And I respect that every moment, you know. So, I mean, look, advice for actors is, it's very complicated. I think the most important thing is that, like so many other things in life, that the advice you get as an actor and the things you're asked to do on a set generally work against the real skills that you need to be an actor. In other words, the best actors have access to something inside that is truly authentic, and they bring that to the moment. And that authenticity is so important, but so difficult to access because you're being asked to be fake all the time. Everything about acting is fake. I mean, let's admit it. You know, it's all pretend. So how do you pretend and at the same time be authentic? It's a constant paradox. It takes so much concentration,
focus,
and imagination to be an actor.
For sure.
And to be present with what's happening in the scene as opposed to be present with what's happening on the set. It's an amazing skill. So I think my job, the way I see my job as a director, is to make it safe for an actor to find that authentic part of themselves. And
amidst all the craziness.
And so that's that's what an actor needs to do, whether they have a good director or a bad director or no director, is find that place where they know who they are.
Yeah.
I mean, here's another thing I can say is that a script and dialogue are the things that come out of your mouth. They're not what you're acting. What you're acting is the experience of the character.
Yeah.
And the actor having this experience will end up saying those words, but a lot of actors think that acting is the words. Acting is what's behind the words. In any given moment in life, there's 6 things going on inside us that we're not saying.
100%.
You know, and often they're more true than what we are saying.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of what when I work with actors, a lot of what I say to them is, I want you to think of the 6 things that you're thinking about right then, the things you can't say, the feelings you have that you're not allowed to talk about. And then you say that thing because that's the only thing you can say at that moment.
Yeah.
And then it becomes richer.
It has depth.
It has depth. Yeah.
Yeah. And one of those things could be like, I'm hungry. What am I eating for lunch? Because I feel like that happens quite often.
Right. Or I'm no good, or any number of things.
All of it.
And by the way, business is the other thing. I always give actors business. It's like we're rarely in life not doing something else, you know. And now we play with our phones, but you're making something.
You're doing something.
Yeah. And when I do scenes, generally I'll have people walking in and out of the room. They'll be doing stuff, because when you're in life, then it's much easier to be authentic anyway.
100%. And also because that one other thing is some other thing you're thinking about.
That's
you're
right.
cooking,
Exactly.
you have to be thinking, okay, the water's temperature, okay, great. And then also I'm having a conversation with someone.
That's right.
The most interesting part of it is the audition process sometimes, because especially now when you're doing self-tapes every day, you're just creating that, you're imagining all of that on your own.
Right.
While still maintaining eye lines with people that aren't there.
Right.
It's definitely.
But by the way, I still think it's better to self-tape than be in a room with 7 executives who are sitting there stone-faced, and you're thinking, oh my God, it's so horrible. In fact, I have seen some of the best actors I know are terrible at auditioning.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Because they're too authentic to audition. Because they, how are they going to come in there after having just seen the pages,
Right.
So it's a different skill. Auditioning is a different skill from acting, but I think self-taping is actually closer to the real thing.
Yeah, I'll take it. I agree.